everybody. Welcome to episode 87 of the TV Knitting Podcast. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for returning. Thank you for new listeners for checking me out. And yeah, I have a lot to talk about, so I'm going to jump right in, guys. So on Sunday, I took you guys outside on the screen porch and recorded a show. And came in and started editing, and it was a no-go. Not good. It's very noisy out there because we live on a main road and there were lots of cars and trucks and motorcycles going by. I thought maybe since my microphone is right here, it wouldn't pick up that stuff, but it did, and it was not good. And even the background I had behind me wasn't great. Lighting wasn't great. So here it is 3 days later. It's Wednesday, April 21st, and I thought I would cobble a show together very quickly for you after work. I normally have been going running after work, but today it's raining, so perfect opportunity for me to spend some time with you. So anyway, oh, and by the way, at the end of the show, I will just throw in some video that I have of part of my screen porch. This is the part that I will be spending most of my spring and early summer on. I have two chaise lounges, and one will be occupied by me, and one will be occupied by my faithful companion Thomas, because he has claimed chair number 2 for himself. So you will see Thomas lying on his chaise lounge next to me. Well, I won't be there. You'll see him. I was recording, and you'll see some of my knitting. So I'm very much looking forward to that. It's starting to get to be that time here where I can be outside as much as possible. So I'm going to try to record outside as well, but I'm going to go I'm going to go in the backyard where you can't really hear the traffic so much. And this time, instead of doing a whole show, I'm going to do a video swatch, if you will, because I don't want to record a whole show and then have to trash it because of bad noise. So I'll do a few minutes. I'll see how it sounds. If it sounds good, or go to record in my backyard. So we'll see how that goes. Let's get on with it. So stitchery. Are you ready? Look how pretty! I finished my Socks Ed socks, and this was a knit along hosted by Stacy of Mustache Yarns and Mustache Podcast, and I love these. I saved them. I haven't worn them yet. It's kind of too cold to wear them anyway, but I saved them on the sock blockers so I could show them off. And they are pretty much perfectly matched, except for the heel. You can see one has a little bit of a bigger purple stripe. And Stacy does this wonderful, wonderful service for much of her self-striping yarn, where she calls it OCD. And she sends the skein with she sends the skein split in two. There are 2 skeins that you will be getting all wound together, and they are perfectly matched. They start at the same color. So these I started at the red, and there are 22 stripes from this red all the way down to the purple at the bottom, the pinkish purple rose color. 22 stripes. And the reds are actually different shades of red, and the purples are different shades of purple. And I love them. They're beautiful. Oh, there's white and gray and brown. They were so much fun to knit. Love them. I started off, like I showed you last time, with a double gusset heel. Didn't fit me. So you can watch the last podcast to see that story. And I put in an OMG heel by Megan Williams, and that was different to me because I've knit that heel toe up in the past, This one was top down. So it came out awesome, and I'm really thrilled with it. So that's that. Those are those. If we get a chilly day, they're going on my feet. And they should be high enough if I start wearing boots again next winter. I should be able to pull them up over my boots so you can see a little of the pretty colors. All right, so next finished object. I'm working on my Great American Afghan blanket. And I finished 2 squares since I talked to you last. And then I petered out because I'm working on something else and I want to get it done, and I'll show you that shortly. But the 2 squares I worked on were super fun. The first one was this cable and lace square. I love it. It's beautiful. It's got wonderful, this yarn just does wonderful stitch definition. So that's that one. And then the next one I did has a spider on it. And I love it. I think this is my favorite one so far. There's a spider down here. And there's a bug up in the web here. And then another bug here. And I love it. I have to put wings on the bugs yet. But yeah, this square is really cool. It's so funny. When there was a group for this project. When I was in the group, people were like, I don't want to knit that spider, but I love spiders. They're spinners, right? That's what they do. So maybe that's my spirit animal. My maiden name was Weber. So we were very fond of spiders in the Weber household. Well, sort of fond. I'm sure my father whacked a bunch of them. I actually found a spider the other night. I found one in our, we have a hot tub downstairs. And I was in the bathroom and I looked over and I see a pretty big spider. And naturally, I'm not going to touch it because I don't know, it'll probably bite me. So I said, Rich, there's a huge spider in the bathtub. And he's ready to whack it. I said, don't kill it. Just let it outside. I don't like killing them because they're so cool. I could watch them for hours, spin their webs and catch their bugs. I like snakes too. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way as me, and a lot of you are very creeped out right now. So, all right, so those are my only finished objects, which is cool. I actually, well, let me show you this one first. I actually am 1 row and a bind off away from having another finished object, and I've been working on this for the past 3 weeks, and it is, again, almost finished. And this is my Miss Winkle shawl by Martina Bem. And you haven't even seen this in progress yet, really, because I was just spinning this, finishing up the spinning the last time I talked to you. This is Miss Winkle. From my hand spun on a, oh, I put it away. Spun on my Turkish spindle, my Finch. Next time, when this is blocked, I'll show it to you again, and I'll show you the Finch. I'll get the Finch out. It's a Turkish spindle, spun and plied on my wheel, and now knit almost all the way into a shawl. And I love it. I love the colors. All my colors. I'm not wild about navy, but it goes. Gives it a little oomph. So this will go with a lot of what I wear. A lot of nice neutral colors with some pops of the purple and the lime green. The purples and the lime green are obviously my favorites. There's a wine color in here, right here, and a gray, and a rose, the navy, a little turquoisey green, and it's gorgeous, and it's soft. This yarn came out so soft, woolen spun on the spindle. I do not smooth my cop my singles as I spin, to keep them more lofty, and it's very soft, and it's strong because it has silk, and the silk makes this yarn very, very strong. I haven't had any problems at all with any breakage, nothing. So it has these loops. They're really cute, these cute little loops. And I actually did a mod. I made the loops a little bit smaller. I don't like the ones that have the giant loops. You're supposed to knit 18 rows, and I only knit 14. And they're going to block out bigger anyway, and they're going to be really cute. I have to find a broomstick or something to block it on, because you're supposed to block it around a dowel. You're supposed to run the dowel through it to hold them open. So that's this week. I'll get that done. And this was a spin along, knit along called the D-Spackle, in Kristen Woolenvine Yarngasm podcast's group. And I didn't think I was going to finish spinning this and knitting. Well, I had a feeling I'd finish spinning it. I didn't think I'd finish the whole thing. So I'm super proud. This is my first spindle spun finished object. I have another one that's almost, the yarn is almost finished. I'll show it to you at some point when I pick it up again. That is probably what I'll do next on my spindle. And I'll probably knit that into a shawl. I am teaching a Turkish spindling class at Rhinebeck. So this will be a great sample to bring. I have a sample of a yarn that I spun on a Turkish and plied on a wheel. And then I'll have that other one spun on a Turkish, plied on a wheel. Turkish is my favorite. I love spinning on a Turkish spindle. I've been getting out some of my spindles lately, and going through them and figuring things out about them, and I'll talk about that more a little bit later. Okay, so that's that one. And then I'm all caught up in my yarn. Do you remember this cake? Not quite as large as my head anymore. It's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, I am just about, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm about halfway finished with another Martina Bem project. This is Tubularity. It's pretty. Oh, it looks pretty on the screen. Mixture of yarns, a lot of Socks That Rock. This is a Socks That Rock color. This is a leftover yarn from another project years ago, but it's fingering, it's white, it's pretty. This is another Socks That Rock, this variegated. I love this one. It's a beachy color. These two are beachy colors. This one and this next sandy color. I don't know the names. I'll have to see if I can put them in the show notes. This red is Cascade Heritage. Much thinner, but it's fine, it works. And actually it's interesting. This skein of Cascade Heritage isn't splitty. Last time I talked to you about Cascade Heritage and I said it was really splitty. This is not splitting on me. I don't know if it's the needle I'm using, if it's just the other skein that I was using in my failed project was splitting. It was a tan color. So maybe it was just that skein. I don't know, but this is knitting up nice. I really like it. It's nice and bouncy. So as you can see, I have more white in here. I'm not putting more white in this shawl. I have enough. So what I did was, hang on, I'm going to reach over here. I got a little mini skein from Miss Babs. The colorway is Cloak, and it is Cosmic Toes. It's one of their minis, which will be perfect. So I'm going to substitute that for the white. So get a little blue in there. I think it'll look really nice. Oh yeah, look at that, with the blue and the red. Oh, that's pretty. And the sand color. Ooh, like that. It looks really nice. So that's going to go in there instead of the white. And then I have purples, more purples, 2 more colors of purple, and this blue. And that's it. Maybe 3 more colors of purple because there's 2 tiny ones in here. And then this outer one. And I'm done. And this has all been in my car. I wasn't driving, don't worry. This is my commute knitting. Rich drives, and I knit. I get an hour every day to work on it. So I've been working on it since I saw you last, 3 weeks. That's not bad, right? I usually like to knit socks in the car, but I'm taking a little break from socks. Not for long, though. So that's what I've been working on. That's everything in the last 3 weeks. That's a lot, right? That's enough. So let's talk a little bit about spinning, what I've been doing in spinning. So I finished spindling for this shawl and put the spindles away, and I sat back down at my wheel and I started a project. I'm in this group, this spinning group. I think it's called Completely Twisted and Arbitrary Spinning Group. It's a huge spinning group, lots of activity. And I'm not active on there very much, but I did this challenge in January. I think I talked about it. It's called Spin the Bin. And I had 12 or 13 projects that I was going to do, my fleece being one of them. And I honestly don't think I'm going to finish. We'll see. I'm making a good effort. But this one that I picked up was part of my Spin the Bin. I wanted to spin some color before I went back to spinning my fleece. And this is the fiber. I got it at Rhinebeck in 2014. And the fiber is Cormo. It's Cormo Top, which again, like I said, is very much aligned. It's not a roving. It's prepared by a mill, commercially prepared, and all the fibers are lined up. So what they do is they send their Cormo out. The mill processes it into top. They get it back and then they dye it. And this farm is called Fox Hill Farm. And they are in Lee, Massachusetts. And the reason I bought this was because I wanted something a little different. I don't think that's focusing, guys, sorry. I wanted something a little bit different than you normally can find online or whatnot. There we go. So I have learned to love it, this fiber. I would not recommend this to a beginning spinner because it was difficult to draft. Parts of it were easier than others. This purple part here is very difficult because the dye is settled in here. I don't think it's fully rinsed out, and it's a little bit rough. I think once I wash this after it's spun, it'll come all out. I'm going to have to be mindful of that because I don't want it to stain everything. I'm going to have to be careful when I wash the yarn. But drafting was a challenge, but I've learned to love it. And last night I was sitting there spinning it saying, oh, I finally got the right draft for this. And I think that's the thing. You need to have, as you learn to spin and get better and better, it's very advantageous to you to learn different drafting methods to be successful with your fiber. Because say I only learned inchworm, short forward draft, and smoothing down the yarn. Okay, say that's all I learned. And that's the best way really to spin top. It would not have, this would not have spun well with the inchworm technique at all. This this was very hard to do. I had a really hard time with it. So I tried my default, which is short forward draw without smoothing. Didn't like that either. So then I did short backward draw without smoothing, and that's the way it wanted to be spun. And that's perfectly fine. And I'm loving it, loving spinning it. I think once it's finished and washed and plied, it's going to be fabulous. Here is my bobbin. It's fairly even, even enough. I'm a woolen spinner, meaning that my yarn is not, my finished product is not perfect, because in order to have a really perfectly even yarn, you really need to do that inchworm technique. Perfect worsted spun yarn. Not my preferred way of spinning at this juncture in my life. So this is a more woolen style where the air was let in. It was a short, I drew the fiber back, and it's beautiful. Look how pretty the singles are. They're fairly even. It's gonna be gorgeous. Sorry, starting to get a little dark, so focusing is not great. Let's see. There it goes. So that's that. Foxhill Farm homegrown Cormo, and I'm loving it. I'm on the second bobbin, and I was really I spun it for an hour last night. I was having such a good time with it. And I've been spinning on my regular bobbins lately rather than my woolly winder bobbins, and I'm enjoying it. I like to get it as even as I can, and I just stop and even it out, and I like it. It's going well. So that's cool. So that's that. That's what I've been doing with spinning. Let me talk a little bit now. I'm going to move into a segment I call Stash Stories. So I'm not a big stasher. I have a smallish stash, I guess, in comparison to some people have smaller stashes, some people have large. I have a friend at work who has no stash. Seriously, she's always looking for stuff to knit because she's so fast. So I'm not there. I mean, I have, I was looking in my Ravelry inventory, and I put everything, 99% of what I have over here, is where I keep it, is on Ravelry. So I think I have about 75 stashes in yarn and about 30 in spinning, which isn't terrible. I could knit that up in 3 years if I never bought another thing. Some stuff doesn't make it into stash because I just buy it and knit it right away. So that does happen. But I'm trying to put it all into my stash page. So right now, I haven't been buying a lot because number one, I want to knit what I have, and number two, I'm paying 2 tuitions. So I'm on a little bit of a budget. So I decided to do a destash. I destashed 5 braids of fiber and 4 spindles. So that was great. That made me very happy, very freeing. Just stuff that I was no longer in love with, and spindles that I'd never bonded with. So yeah, I was, I destashed it all on Ravelry, which is a great place to sell things because they don't charge you a fee like eBay. Um, so yeah, so that's stuff's gone out of my stash, and now I have a little pocket money to buy some new stuff. So one thing I bought is a skein of Yowza. Isn't it pretty? This is the Berlin colorway. And Stacy from the Mustache podcast, just knit a Yowza weight shawl with this one. I don't remember which one she knit. I think it was the number 1. And it's really pretty. Oh my gosh. It's got so many colors. However, what's nice about it, it's still pretty muted. So even though it's not like in your face. So it's going to make a beautiful Yowza weight shawl, and it's going to be number 3, I believe. Likely sometime in the fall. I'm just enjoying it in the skein right now. It's just beautiful. It's out on my table over here, and I'm just enjoying it. So soft and squishy. So that's that I bought. And I've been seeing on different podcasts a lot of bags, new to me bags. Now most of my bags are by Amy Beth of the Fat Squirrel Speaks. Sorry, I'm reaching over here to get stuff. And I love her bags very much. But I decided, let me branch out and get some different kinds. So I saw this on many podcasts, this bag maker. And this is the Freckled Whimsy. And she had an update the other night. And it was here really quickly. And she has a podcast. Little candy with it, little button. Beautifully packaged bag. So in a minute, I'm going to show you the bag. And you're going to know exactly why I bought this bag. If you know me at all. So anyway, are you ready? Here is the bag. It's Mickey and Minnie. She advertises it as favorite mouses, probably because of copyright. Isn't it cute? Oh my goodness. She has all kinds of, fandom kind of bags. But this one definitely spoke to me because I am a huge Disney fan. Oh dear, my battery is blinking. I'm going to have to stop this. Hold on. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Now I know why when I bought this camera, they recommended me buy 2 batteries. Because I always have one charging. Okay, so my Freckled Whimsy bag. This is called the Sock Nanny, and it is a zipper bag, which I love a zipper bag. It has a pull. You could either put the pull on the side, or you could use it as a zipper pull, and I love a zipper pull, so that's what I'm using it as. It's just so cute, Mickey and Minnie. It's going to be my travel bag when I go to Disney. Going to Disney at the end of June, and a Disney cruise, so I'm looking forward to that. So this is going to be my little bag for my project, which I haven't decided what to take yet. So that's that. That came the other day, and see, it folds over so you can and it stands up. It's got a nice box bottom, and it stands up, and it's a nanny. It Mind Your Sock yarn, so you can pull it out, and there we go. So that's that. So I'm It's really nice, very well made, beautifully stitched, nice fabric. So I'm really happy with it. And inside that bag is a project. Actually, I'm probably going to bring this with me to Florida, maybe. Well, I'm going to bring the yarn to Florida because this is going to be my plain knitting. I enjoy very much starting new projects when I go away. And right now, I'm in between projects. When I finish that shawl, aside from that car knitting, which is car knitting, I have nothing else on the needles on the go. So I'm starting something new. So I'm going to start a new sock. And Stacy from Mustache Yarns had an update after the socks ed, and she had a few of these. And this is her famous skein, Dark Side of the Moon extended play version. And this skein of yarn knits up to have a wider rainbow stripe. Her original has very thin rainbow stripes, and I have a skein of that too. I got this one back in the fall. It's a little bit more muted. I think it's just the dye lot, whatever. And this one has the skinnier stripes. This one has the thicker stripes. I'm casting this on. This is going to be graduation knitting. Emily's graduating from college. And yeah, I need knitting to get through it. I knit through their high school graduations. I'm knitting through the college graduation. So I'm going to start it soon so I can get past the toe. So I have lots of foot knitting to do. I'll probably do a Fish Lips Kiss heel, which is my absolute favorite heel. Super excited. Very excited about it. Okay, so that's what I've been buying with my money that I got when I destashed my spindles and some fiber and some yarn too. I destashed a ball of Zauberball, and I should have known better. I tried to knit Zauberball 2 years ago in a different colorway, and I didn't like it. Destashed it. But then my yarn shop got a shipment, and I fell in love with these colors. They were browns and pinks, and I bought it and cast it on last year, and I just don't like Zauberball. It's a single. I don't like knitting with it, so I frogged that. I was about this much done with the sock. I frogged it, put it up for sale at a really, really reasonable price, and someone bought it right away. It's gone. I love it. I love that. So my stash is in good health right now. I love everything I have, and I'm going to be knitting from it. And I'll knit from some new things too. You know, you have to have a balance. So that's that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about today. My stash, my yarn, my socks. I think that's about it. Oh, I know. Sorry. 2 more things. Okay, so the chunk-along still going on. I've seen some adorable projects and lovely projects posted in the group. Keep it up. You still have time. The chunk-along is going to run till mid-May because I'm recording today, April 21st. I'm hoping to record on Sunday, and I'll tell you this coming Sunday. I'll tell you why in a minute. And then I'm not going to record again for another couple weeks because I'm going away the first week of May, and then the second week of May, we're picking up Troy from his college. So yeah, it's crunch time. My weekends are crazy for the next few weeks. I have to pick my son up on Friday. Another day off from work. That's a pain, but oh well. That's just the way it goes. Yeah, so that's that. So this Saturday, though, I'm taking some time for myself, and I'm going to Connecticut Sheep and Wool Festival. I'm super excited. I have always wanted to go to the Connecticut Sheep and Wool Festival because Rhinebeck was months ago. I need a festival, guys. Time to go to one. So it's always the weekend of our anniversary, so Rich and I usually have plans, but this year I'm going. I asked him if he wanted to go. He said, no, I have to mow the lawn. Whatever. I'm going. So I'm going by myself. I asked some friends, and everybody's busy this time of year. It's crazy. I'm just taking time. It's only an hour and 45-minute drive. That's nothing. So I'm going to get up early, take my time, drive to the festival, do some shopping. I have money in my pocket, or my virtual pocket, to spend on some new stuff. And I want to buy a fleece because Sherry from Moral Fleece Works is having a sale. And if I mail it out by May 1st to get processed, she will pay for the shipping back, will be free. And so I'm going to look for a small fleece to send out to Sherry at Moral Fleece Works because she does a beautiful job. So that's that. I think that's all I wanted to say. For events, if you're at Connecticut Sheep and Wool and you see me or hear me, please come and say hello because I'm super friendly, especially to knitters. I had such a good time at Rhinebeck talking to all the people I met at SSK and other people I've known for years. It was so much fun, and I love that. I felt like a celebrity. I'm not, but I felt like I knew so many people. It was so fun. So if you see me at Connecticut, come say hi. We'll shop together. That'd be fun. And that's it for today. Like I said, I wanted to get this out really quick. It's a redo. The other one won't see the light of day, but okay, that's about it. So enjoy your knitting and spinning and general crafting, and have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.